Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. It has been a while since I did an update video. Sorry about that, guys. Last week I was pretty dang sick and my throat is still kind of getting back to normal, but it sounds a lot better now, doesn't it? Other than like this light tickle in the back of my throat, I'm still doing a lot better. So wanted to do an update video today, and again, I want to apologize. I wanted to release this yesterday, but there was an emergency at work. I had to go in extra early, so the only thing I could get out was the For Honor and Glory chapter. We'll talk more about that later, but wanted to say that I know this update video is a little late, but I still have a lot to talk about since it's been 2 weeks since my last one, so here we go. Let's get started. Typical shill, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 20,000 subs. We'll try to do something special for that 20,000 goal. Might do a face reveal of me doing a Q&A panel or something special. Not sure yet. We'll see. But subscribe so that we can get there, right? Leave a like and a comment on the video. That always really helps me out, and I always read the comments that people leave. I love comments. They help me know when I'm doing well and areas that I need to improve on. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the Teespring store and the Patreon. Any amount of donation y'all can give, I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel and helps me continuing to make these videos. Okay, guys, with all that out of the way, let's get right down to business. To defeat the Huns. I couldn't resist. But speaking of China, though, the T&D contest is now officially closed. If y'all don't remember, some time ago, I started doing these fashion contest things. We started with Warden. Well, we did T&D, and now we're closed. That one's finished. We're done taking T&D submissions. Now me and my brother are going to judge them, and we're going to do it the exact same way we did with the Wardens. My brother's going to judge them all the way down to the top 15 or top 10, depending on how many we have, and then I will be the one to decide the last ones. I'll pick a top 3 contenders, number 3, number 2, and number 1. I'll explain why I picked them and let you guys know who won in the following update video. So look forward to that. That's going to be really awesome. But wanted to let y'all know that it's closed now. Thank you to all of you who submitted. Hopefully with the next one we do, we'll have more submissions, but look forward to that. But speaking of For Honor stuff, let's talk for a minute about the Pirate Hero. Pirate Hero's been out for a while, guys. Is she still good? I think so. I still enjoy her. I still think she's great. In fact, I'm working on her Heroes in History video right now. I am planning on talking all about how she's based on a famous pirate from China. And those of you who have followed my channel for a while, you know exactly who I think she's based on. So be ready for that. That's going to be a great video for me to work on. And I'm also going to be doing something a little different with it. A lot of people have been commenting to me ever since I revealed my prediction about who I think she's based on. People have been telling me, "No, man, she shouldn't be based on that pirate. That pirate's overrated. That pirate isn't cool. We want a Blackbeard pirate. Blackbeard's so much better. He was this awesome character and this awesome person in history," just all this stuff. In this video, not only am I going to talk about why I think this character is based on this past Chinese pirate, but I'm also going to talk about why this Chinese pirate, in my opinion, is not only superior to Blackbeard, but one of the best pirates who ever lived. Big claim, I know, but I will back it up, don't you worry. So look forward to that video. It is coming out very soon. Another video that's coming out very soon that I hope y'all are looking forward to is my Legends video on Thera the Devout. Y'all have seemed to enjoy my Legends video series, I think. Lots of y'all seem to react very well to the Lawbringer one and the Gladiator one, and especially Ruth. Y'all really liked Ruth. The funny thing was, people were making fun of Deborah, my Black Prior character, because they didn't like her name. They said the name Deborah sounded bad. And then the video released, and there was not one comment on the video saying, "Dumb name." Everyone was so wrapped up in the story. They were like, "Wow, this was really good." So it's amazing just how awesome some stories can become. You can even forget how silly the name is, right? So I'm so glad that people liked that one. I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed the Legend series. I'm looking forward to releasing Thera's. It's going to be really, really cool. So just stay tuned for that. Other thing that I thought was interesting was I released the For Honor and Glory chapter yesterday, which it's chapter 17. People were looking forward to it, and it was a big chapter. A character dies. We lose a character in that one, but we didn't get nearly as many views or responses as I thought we'd get. I don't know. Are y'all still enjoying that story? Let me know in the comments. I want to know if y'all still like For Honor and Glory, or if y'all are getting kind of sick of it at this point. I just kind of want to know. I want to feel out the waters there. Do y'all still enjoy that or no? So just let me know. But anyway, moving on from For Honor stuff, don't worry, I'm still going to do more For Honor stuff, but there are some things that I also want to talk about. First of all, a really big one. For those of y'all who don't know, I am doing a 4 to 5 part video series analyzing the DreamWorks movie The Prince of Egypt from a biblical and historical and storytelling analysis. Now, I tried uploading it on YouTube, but DreamWorks keeps blocking it every time I try to upload it because I use clips from the movie. So instead, I've uploaded the first 2 parts on BitChute, and I will leave 2 links in the description below, and I'll release a post later with both links to go see the videos. So those of you who are asking me, hey man, I can't see it, where'd you upload them, I can't find them, go to BitChute, I'll leave you the links, please go check them out, I'd love your thoughts. Now, I've had people comment to me and say, hey man, all you got to do is take out the video clips and you should be able to upload it. And while that is true, I could do that. That would require me re-scripting all the videos, because I've scripted them to allow for the video clips. So I'd have to re-script, re-edit, redo all that, and I'm not in a place where I can do that. I've already scripted out all the videos, so I'd rather just go with what I've got right now and release them on BitChute. And if y'all really, really want them on YouTube, I'll redo it. But it doesn't take much. It's just a simple click of a link, and then you go to another site. It's not that hard, so if y'all really do want to see this, please go check them out. I'd love your thoughts. The people who have seen them have told me that they really like it, so I hope that means something to y'all. So go check them out. Again, the links are in the description. Please go check them out. Worked really hard on these first 2 parts, and we've still got 2 more parts to go, so look forward to when I release those. I am ready to work on them and I'm so excited. Speaking of new things, I'm going to be trying out a game when it comes out called Horizon Forbidden West. Now, for those of you who don't know, it is a sequel to the game Horizon Zero Dawn. I played that game all the way through, and I really, really liked it. The world was creative, the combat mechanics were cool. The only thing I didn't like about it was the main character, who I thought was very annoying. I thought that Aloy was a very annoying, kind of bitchy character. So I'm not looking forward to playing as her again, but I look forward to playing the game again. So I look forward to seeing what this new game will have to offer. So what I may do is I may do a live stream of myself playing the game for the first time, so that y'all can kind of see what it looks like, and I can talk to y'all a little bit about why I like the world, what I think of it, and I may talk to you about post-apocalyptic stories like this in general, and talk about what I think works and what doesn't work, and I'll also talk about why I hate Aloy as a character. So lots of really fun stuff there. We'll get to do a lot of cool discussion, and those of you who love me for my writing stuff, you may like that. So hey, look forward to that. I hope that that'll be a lot of fun for you guys. Also, speaking of writing, I do want to ask this question. This is kind of something that's kind of bugging me for a while. One of the jokes that was made about my channel, Slanderous made it in his video where he was kind of roasting other For Honor creators. He said that my community, whenever I release a For Honor video, get excited. So, and it was funny. It's funny because I don't just release For Honor content. So people sometimes go, where's the For Honor content? So I want to release it. It's like, woo, release For Honor. And I get that. But I'm more than just a For Honor creator. I'd like to think that at this point, y'all recognize that I don't just release For Honor content. I release content for lots of other things. Mostly writing and storytelling, because that's what I love. I love writing and storytelling. And I've had people on Discord and in the comments ask for advice on how to fix a character, on how to write a certain kind of setting or stuff like that. And I don't mind offering advice here and there, but I don't want to just be a guy you go to for advice. I want to kind of help teach writing skills. I want to share stories with you guys. I want to share ideas and concepts, help you understand how I build these concepts. That's the kind of thing that I really want to do more of. And I want to ask, is that something y'all would enjoy? I know that I create the Ravens Writing Room, but it doesn't get a lot of views and only a handful of people really seem to enjoy it. I know that I kind of have to build up that audience, but I want to know, does my current audience enjoy that kind of thing? And if not, what could I do to improve it? Because I'm not giving up on it. Writing and storytelling is too important for me to just drop, right? So please let me know what I could do to improve on it. And recently, on that topic of creating stories, I'm currently creating a brief Halo story called Halo Daybreak. A lot of people have been telling me to get into Halo, and I wasn't at first because of a bad experience I had with Halo 3, where I was bullied severely by friends of mine who knew that I hadn't played Halo before and just abused me through a whole match. So I almost never picked up Halo. But after picking up Halo for the first time lately and playing through most of the games, I think I'm still on 4, but playing through most of the games, I've really come to enjoy the lore and story behind it. So I really do want to do more with it, and I'm writing a story called Halo Daybreak. The first chapter is already done, and I've shared it with the folks on Discord. I might read it live on YouTube if that's something you want. Let me know in the comment section if that's something you'd like me to do. Would you like me to read the first chapter of Halo Daybreak to you guys just to see what y'all think? I wouldn't mind doing it. Just let me know. I'm always coming up with new story ideas, always coming up with new concepts for stories. Just let me know if you want me to share some of them. Okay? That's all I ask. So now let's bring this more to a close. But before we do, I want to talk about something very important. This is something very serious, guys, and I'd really appreciate you to pay attention as I go through this. I may release a full video just talking about this problem, but I want to briefly touch on it here. People have been asking me lately about stuff like the new Lord of the Rings series coming, about the changes that DC and Marvel have made to a lot of their IPs, the changes that Disney's been doing to a lot of its stories and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff. And people often ask me to rant about Star Wars in my live streams, which I don't mind doing. Star Wars has gone so downhill lately because of a lot of really, really bad decisions. So I want to address this for the record. If there's one thing that I can't stand, it is the destruction of a concept or a story or a lore created for the sake of what I've come to call it, the modern audience excuse. What I often hear is, like, for example, in this new Lord of the Rings TV series that's coming out on Amazon, they've added black elves, black dwarves, beardless dwarf women, making Galadriel a badass warrior princess, all this kind of stuff. And when people, especially fans of Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion like me, who say this isn't accurate to what the Silmarillion said, this is clearly pandering, the common excuse is, look, it's for a modern audience. We need to update this for a modern audience. And if you don't like it, well, then you're just racist or sexist or bigoted to some degree. And my response to that is this. Why on earth would I take a fantasy world, a world completely separated from today's modern discourse, and try to force modern ideas into it? Why would I take Star Wars, a science fiction world that by its own admission is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, so completely separated from our modern discourse, and insert modern things into it? Why would I take Disney movies, where most of which are fairy tales created for different settings and time periods and cultures, and insert modern ideas into them? This whole idea of trying to modernize fairy tales or fantasy or science fiction is ridiculous to me. And it is dodging the original criticism. The criticism is that you're taking an original IP and twisting it with current political or social identities to make it more modern and to appeal to people who probably had no interest in it in the first place. Do you really think that by adding black elves or beardless black dwarf women to Lord of the Rings, you're going to draw in the black audiences that didn't enjoy it in the first place? Do you really think that by adding Mary's two characters to Star Wars, you're going to draw in female audiences who never enjoyed Star Wars in the first place? When you purchase an IP or adapt an IP or original creation, it's because you want to bring in the fans of that creation. Why would you insult or disrespect your fan base to create it? Now, I know that this is kind of turned into rant mode here a little bit, and I do apologize for that, but it's something that I want to make very, very clear. One of the biggest problems that I see in modern day storytelling is that people are abandoning the fans and the community that helped make the IPs popular in order to pander to people who never liked them in the first place. And all it will gain you is a few articles and moments where people might say this is so progressive and so bold, but then in a few weeks it's going to be forgotten. Okay? It's going to be forgotten. No one's going to care. No one's going to look at it and say, isn't that just so bold and creative? That's one of the reasons why I talk about J.R.R. Tolkien, who said that he didn't like allegory. You know, J.R.R. Tolkien said, I don't want allegory. I don't want modern things represented in Lord of the Rings. I want to tell a timeless story. Because if my story is timeless, it doesn't matter when modern is. People are going to remember it and respect it for what it was. If you insert modern identity or modern ideals or modern lessons into your story, then it's going to become dated inevitably. Take the movie Reefer Madness. It is dated now because it deals with the issues of the misuse of marijuana. You know, it's kind of the same thing here. If your whole thing is, look, aren't we being so bold and creative by adding black or female or gay characters into this product? Isn't that just so bold and creative? For the time period, maybe, but what happens when no one cares anymore? Now people are going to only ask, was the story good? And if your answer is anything but yes, then people aren't going to like it. So I've had a few people ask me my thoughts on these different things, like ask me about my thoughts on the Lord of the Rings thing or the Disney movies things or the Star Wars things. And I just want to make that clear for the record. I don't like what they've done with Star Wars lately. I don't like this idea for the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series. I think it's an insult to everything that is the Silmarillion and Lord of the Rings. And I don't like what Disney has done with a lot of its live action recreations and newer movies. None of it impresses me. And a lot of it is hidden behind this idea of it's for the modern audience. I call it the modern audience excuse, and it annoys me. It bores me. It is deflection to avoid the major problem, which is the insult to the fans that made the IP good in the first place. Okay, I'll get off of my soapbox now. If you want to hear me go into a much more passionate rant about that kind of stuff, stick around tonight because I'm going to be doing a live stream playing For Honor, and hey, you never know, I might go off on a tangent or rant then, but you got to show up to see it. You got to show up to see it, okay? So now let's wrap this all up, guys. It's story sharing time. I've talked about this story before, but I want to talk about it again because, we kind of did just talk about Star Wars, didn't we? I am writing, or in the process of drafting up, this is taking a long time to draft up, it's requiring a lot of lore research, a Star Wars story called Star Wars: The Will of the Force. And this is a story that takes place during the Old Republic. If you've ever played Star Wars: The Old Republic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It takes place hundreds of years before the current story. And it is about back when the Jedi were at war with the Sith Empire and the Republic was at war with it, all that kind of stuff. This story about a young Jedi Padawan whose master is killed in an ambush by a group of Sith warriors, and she is left on her own, and she wants revenge. She's very upset, she's very angry, but she knows that revenge isn't the Jedi way, and so she's trying to find out what she should do. She can't go back to Tython and find a new master to finish her training because it would be a disrespect to her old master who died, but she also doesn't want to join the Sith because they're the ones who took her master from her in the first place. She has no idea what she's supposed to do. So with the help of a smuggler, she goes searching for answers and ends up finding an ancient forgotten planet in uncharted space where she meets a man who is supposedly a Force sage, and this man may have the answer she's seeking, may be able to train her. He doesn't want to train her because he feels the hatred in her heart and says that all she wants to do is get revenge, and that's not the reason she should be seeking training. But after a lot of pestering and a lot of begging and even offering to become his servant, he finally consents and trains her. But the things he teaches her about the Force are things no Jedi or Sith would ever teach her. And if you couldn't tell, this is kind of a retelling of what happened with Rey and Luke in the new Star Wars movies, but instead of where Luke never trained Rey and just gave her some stupid platitudes he read on some Reddit post, he actually does train her, and what he teaches her blows her mind. Just is absolutely phenomenal. I have enjoyed this because it allows me to dive into philosophy and ideology of the Jedi and the Sith and talk about the goods and bads of both. It's really a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of pictures of the characters. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get more soon, but I've been playing with this idea for a while. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really, like I said, it's not in the writing phase yet. It's still in the drafting and storyboard phase because there's so much lore and character that I want to go into here. I might actually have to shorten it just a little just so that I can even get started writing it. But I hope that that kind of idea sounds cool to you. What do you think? Do you like that idea or do you not? Just let me know, and that would be awesome. But again, that kind of wraps things up here, guys. I know I've been talking for a while, and I hope y'all are not bored too much to tears. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and like the video. Don't forget to come and check out the stream tonight. I will have a good time, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.